This is Tim Bryan. Hawaii's civil defense, as we know it, is changing. That's because a new law signed by the governor will change the name to the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency.
Well, state civil defense being a very old term, we will eventually slowly change it to Hawaii Emergency Management Agency.
That's just one of the changes in Act 111, passed by the legislature under House Bill 849.
State laws on the whole were written about disaster relief and civil defense literally years ago.
Governor Neil Abercrombie, Major General Darrell Wong, and Civil Defense Vice Director Doug Main explained during the signing ceremony held on June 20th.
I just want to say thank you, and I truly believe that by signing this bill, Governor Abercrombie is moving us into the 21st century and is really helping us establish a firm emergency management structure and greater efficiency and effectiveness for the state of Hawaii. So thank you, Governor.
Excellent.
Act 111 also establishes an emergency reserve corps and authorizes the 24/7 state warning point, both critical increases in the state's readiness to respond to hazards.
Codifies and updates Hawaii's emergency management laws to conform, to national emergency management practices, but particularizes it for Hawaii and gives us an opportunity we would not otherwise have had were it not for the perspective and the judgment of everybody in this room and colleagues that couldn't be here, colleagues and associates that couldn't be here today.
So this bill fundamentally changes the relationship between the states and counties regarding emergency management and clearly delineates the responsibilities between the different levels of government. So for the first time in the history in the state of Hawaii, the mayors have clearly defined roles and responsibilities for preparing, responding, and recovering from disasters in their counties.
The bill drew criticism and a warning from Senator Sam Sloan as it made its way through the legislature back in April.
But I wish my colleagues would have paid attention to the section that gives the governor extreme new powers, including the power of entry to your home, the power of seizing things that may be thought of as being hoarded. And we all know the problems we have when we have a tsunami alert. We run to Costco and get water, batteries, and toilet paper. This bill gives unlimited powers to the governor. And I can remember when we had our 9/11 incident, we had special session, and the governor at that time wanted more powers, and we debated that, and it was referred to as the King Ben bill, and we were very cautious about giving the powers. So I would be very cautious in supporting this bill.
But the state says the new law does not significantly change the governor's emergency powers.
What 849 does not do, it does not add any additional power or authority.
It does, however, vest county mayors with emergency authorities independent of the state emergency management structure.
It actually takes emergency powers from the governor and he had under HRS 128 and shares it with the mayors. So again, this is something the governor, when we talked to him, fully agreed that this is the best thing for us to do.
We literally had to extend that authority out there because we are in fact islands. And so the on the ground, if you will, authority to meet contingencies that are peculiar and particular to each island or each section of an island also needed somebody on the spot to have that authority. So this is the kind of thing that was worked on, to be able to work on an interconnected basis and at the same time be able to extend authority where it was necessary.
And I'd like to say that I would really like to say thanks to the governor for even agreeing to share power. A lot of people would not agree to share their power and authority. So, Governor, thank you for allowing us.
Had to have somebody else to blame.
So, thank you for allowing us to take that power and authority that resides in your office and share it in the places that it most truly is effective.
And again, this is the entire state of Hawaii. We're talking about our mayors, especially Senator Sparrow and Representative Aquino, who had their hands in this from the beginning. This has been a 2-year journey and of getting to where we are. Department of Emergency Management represented here, and the states and county state civil defense agencies of all the islands, and we have HPD represented here, but all the local police and fire chiefs across the state.
We hope the time doesn't come anytime soon, that's for sure. But at some point, believe me, something will be taking place by way of a natural phenomenon that we have to come to grips with in Hawaii. And because this is in place, and because we have a great team of people, both volunteer and professional, engaged, our capacity and ability to be able to meet whatever contingencies come with that disaster are going to be tremendously enhanced, not only by this bill, but by enabling the people who will have that responsibility to carry out their duties in a way they couldn't have otherwise were it not for this bill.
In related coverage, stay tuned this week as we have more from the Emergency Preparedness Workshop held over the weekend in Honoka'a. Tim Bryan, Big Island Video News.